everybody, this is D Hunter, bringing another action figure review. Today, we're going to look at the McFarlane DC Multiverse Collector's Edition Mirror Master. Not only that, but this is the Platinum Chase variant in the lighter, old-school, classic color scheme. I want to give a huge shout out to my boy Captain Nemo from Instagram for finding this for me. It is much appreciated. So let's take a look at the packaging. As you can see at the top, 22 moving parts, McFarlane toys, ages 12 plus. DC Multiverse Mirror Master, McFarlane Platinum Edition, McFarlane Collector's Edition. Here he is in the package. We have 2 of his mirror guns, 8 interchangeable hands, collector's card, and display stand. One side of the package, Mirror Master from the Flash. This is the 44th figure in the Collector's Edition subline. Other side, Mirror Master. At the back, here he is, posed up, coming out of a mirror. And at the bottom, there's his barcode if it helps, but keep in mind the Platinum barcode is going to be the same as the regular version. So with no further ado, let's open him up. Alright, now that we've got this figure out of the package, here he is with all the accessories laid out. We have a display stand, a collector's card, 6 alternate hands, totaling 8 interchangeable hands, and then 2 mirror guns. Before we load all that, let's talk about and check out the figure. So this is the Mirror Master. He's a member of the Flash Rogues Gallery. His real name is Samuel Joseph Scudder. There have actually been 3 different versions of the Mirror Master: Samuel Scudder, George Harkis, and Evan McCullough. Now, both the Platinum and regular versions are both Samuel Scudder. Just this Platinum Chase variant here is done in his more traditional, campier, lighter colors, and the standard version is done in the more modern color scheme, a little bit darker orange. They both look pretty much exactly like Mirror Master should. So Mirror Master is a simple convict. He has the goal to learn how to get inside of his reflection of a mirror. Stumbling into a hall of mirrors, he experiments and discovers a way to get in his own reflection. And then he uses that power to become the Mirror Master. He can basically enter into a mirror or reflective surface, enter the mirror world, and then come back out in a different mirror, different reflective surface, different place and time. He has his signature mirror guns, and he's kind of a cool, sort of gimmicky villain. Makes me think of a Batman rogue. A lot of the Flash rogues are similar to the Batman villains as far as they have a gimmick and a theme and a crazy costume. So let's take a closer look. Now, starting with his head, he's got this sort of mask all over him. He's got this interesting expression, kind of smirking as if Flash just escaped from his traps, and he's sort of impressed, pissed, and perplexed all at the same time. He's got a little sort of line sculpted on top of his head. As we go further down, this is done on the Speeding Bullets Superman or Batman body. It's been done several times on Deadshot, Fusion Batman, Geoforce, and more. You can tell because it has that signature sculpted line that goes all the way up and down his arms and his side and even his legs. And it was only accurate to the Speeding Bullets Batman, and they've used it numerous times. I wish they would just smooth that out or use some different arms. I don't know. I think it's a great base body. The proportions are fantastic. The torso, stomach, it all looks good. Just that sort of throws it off. He doesn't have his gloves on here, and I'm going to keep the classic version with no gloves and the modern version with gloves on. He has these sort of holsters for his mirror guns, but of course they won't fit. Double jointed elbows, double jointed knees. Like I said, I really like this base body buck. Just this sort of crap. And this turns me off a little bit, or makes it very noticeable. But I think it is a good base body. And a closer look at his face and head sculpt. I actually like the expression. I think it sort of matches the Mirror Master's personality. And then, here's the figure, broken down as far as he can go, with all of his removable parts detached. Now let's check out his accessories, and let's start off with the boring stuff. Here's his display stand, typical McFarlane display stand we've seen plenty of times before. They're putting the classic DC logo on them now, and I'm pretty fond of that. Then we have his collector's card. As you can see, it's an image of Mirror Master coming out of a reflective surface. McFarlane Collector's Edition. On the back, there is a description. If you want to read that, pause now. Now let's look at his hands. He has a total of 8 hands, 4 left hands and 4 right hands. Here's Mirror Master with his first pair of hands. These are his fists with no gloves on. And then his next pair of hands. This is a pair of gripping hands with trigger fingers without gloves. And his third pair of hands. These are a pair of fists with his gloves on. And his final pair of hands. These are a pair of gripping hands with trigger fingers and his gloves on. Now let's look at his mirror guns. The mirror guns are Mirror Master's signature weapons. They can do lots of things, most notably trap people into reflective surfaces or mirrors. If you trap somebody in there, the gun gets destroyed, then they will simply die. And Mirror Master is the only one that can let them out. These look like they are silver guns with maybe a hint of purple on them. Looks like a regular gun, but then it has this large part here with, looks like 5 different mirrors. It would be really cool if it was articulated and could sort of shut it or holster it, but still pretty cool as is. Here are the platinum versions, mirror guns in the middle, next to the regular versions on the outside. They have a little bit more of sort of a blue, darker tint to them. Here's a look at the Mirror Master holding his 2 mirror guns. And to check out the reuse differences and similarities between Mirror Master here and the Speeding Bullets Batman. They share the same base body and it first debuted on this Batman figure. So, as you can see, the heads are totally different. The torso and stomach are the same. You can sort of see the line where the Batman symbol is cut out on this guy. I can see the line at the top, same sort of shape. The arms have that same oddly textured piece that goes all the way up and down the Speeding Bullets Batman, as well as Mirror Master, but is only accurate to the one. The diaper piece is different. The arms are the same down to the gloves. Of course, he has the Batman fins and he has regular gloves. And then the legs are going to be the same as well. Same textured thing going down the sides until we go to the boots, and they're a little bit different. So same base body, and I think it's a good base body, good proportions. Then this sculpted sort of pattern on the side here, I wish they would change it or alter it for the other figures they use. Here are all the McFarlane DC Multiverse figures that utilize this base body. I count a total of 11. And I actually like the base body. I think the proportions are good, but the pattern is just inappropriate on the sides. It was only appropriate for the one figure in the very center. I kind of like on Deadshot, it matches sort of the rest of his outfit. But I think they can make a new pair of arms and legs. And I guess a new torso if they have to, if they're going to make this a mass-produced base body. Now that we've taken a pretty good look at both the figure and his accessories, let's check out his height. From bottom to the top of his head, standing about 7.2, maybe 7.3 inches tall, which can translate to just over 18 centimeters, and for his articulation. Starting with his head, of course, he can rotate side to side. He can look up, not that much, down quite a bit more. Can tilt his head at least a little bit from side to side. Shoulders on a ball joint, goes out more than 90 degrees. Up, down, around. He's got this butterfly ring between his shoulder and chest, increasing the range of motion and covering the gap that would be there. Bicep cut. Double jointed elbows. His wrist can rotate, and it's hinged as well. He's got a ball joint in his torso, rotate around, forward and back. Another one in his waist, rotate around, forward and back. Between the two, pretty good range of motion. You get quite a bit out of both the torso and the stomach. Legs complete with splits, McFarlane style hip joints. Rotation is pretty much non-existent. Legs go forward, and about that far, a little bit more, go to the side. Back not at all. Double jointed knees, and his ankle. Forward and back, rotate, tilt rock, and toe articulation. Mirror, mirror on the wall. Here's a look at the 2 Mirror Master figures in the Mirror universe, surrounded by mirrors. And here's a look at the regular version of Mirror Master in a similar scenario. Now let's check them out, next to some of their action figures, starting off with some of their Flash Rogues. Here's the Platinum Chase version of Mirror Master, next to the regular release. Here's a look at several members of the Flash Rogues gallery in their more or less normal looks. Reverse Flash, Mirror Master, Captain Cold, and Captain Boomerang. Boomerang in a more modern look than usual. Add in Heatwave, Gorilla Grodd, and King Shark, and you have some more villains that are commonly associated with the Flash, although none of them are their traditional looks. I would love to have Heatwave and Gorilla Grodd in their traditional comic appearances. And I'd say the Flash Rogues that I want the most at this point would be Trickster and Weather Wizard. And here he is, next to some speedster Flash villains. Godspeed, a couple versions of Reverse Flash, Rival, and a couple versions of the Dark Flash. Here's the Mirror Master, next to a couple versions of McFarlane's Barry Allen Flash. And here, next to a couple versions of McFarlane's Wally West Flash. Since this figure is a Platinum Chase variant, here are all the earlier McFarlane Platinum Chase variants. They were a little bit more dull back in the day, and they've made more and more and more with each passing year. Here are all the Platinum Chase variants from 2024. Boy, did they release a lot last year. And here are all the Platinum Chase variants from 2025. We have the Silver Platinums on the left, and the Red Platinums on the right. They're tracking to make just as many this year as they did last year. And I am almost fully caught up, but I'm still trying really hard to get the Collector's Edition Beast Boy, both regular and Platinum Chase variants. If anybody has any information, can point me in the right direction, or can possibly help me out, please drop me a line in the comments below. It is much appreciated. And on a side note, I'm also looking for the Superpowers Wave 4 Walmart exclusive Black Manta figure. So here's the McFarlane Collector's Edition Wave 1. Every single Collector's Edition figure has a Platinum Chase variant. Here are both the regular and Platinum Chase variants of the first appearance Superman, the Abyss, and Alan Scott Green Lantern. And here's the second wave of Collector's Edition figures, both regular and Platinum versions of Firestorm, Hawkman, and Sinestro. Then, the third wave of Collector's Edition figures, we have the Death and Return of Superman, Captain Carrot, Batman as Green Lantern, and Wonder Woman. Here's the fourth wave. This wave consisted of Penguin, Starfire, and Captain Boomerang. And here's the fifth wave of McFarlane Collector's Edition figures, both the regular and Platinum Chase variants of Sergeant Rock, Connor Kent Superboy, and Manga Batman. Here's the sixth wave of Collector's Edition figures, both versions of the Red Hood, Clock King and Dr. Time, Ragman, and Agent Liberty. And finally, here's the seventh wave of McFarlane Collector's Edition figures, both the regular and Platinum Chase variants of the Dark Knight Returns Batman, Huntress, and some Green Lantern Corps members. We have Tomar Ray, Evan Sewer, Arcus Chumuk, and the Green Man. And then here's the eighth wave of Collector's Edition figures. This wave was unusually large. We have both the regular and Platinum versions of Lightning Lad, Simon Bowles Green Lantern, Geoforce, Grid, the Christopher Reeve Superman, and Mr. Terrific. Then, with Wave 9 of the Collector's Edition, Guy Gardner Green Lantern, Captain Cold, and Power Girl. And here's Wave 10 of McFarlane's Collector's Edition, both the regular and Platinum Chase variants of the Year 2 Batman, Deadshot, and Adam Strange. And here's Wave 11 of the Collector's Edition, at least I think. The way they're releasing exclusives, variants, it's kind of hard to tell what the wave is at this point. We have both the regular and Platinum versions of the Target exclusive Strange Lives of Superman, Hawkgirl, Yellow Jacket, Mr. Terrific, and then Red Lantern Guy Gardner. And here's the most recent wave or waves of McFarlane Collector's Edition figures. The way they're releasing them, it's kind of hard to tell which one is in which wave. We have both the regular and Platinum versions of Dark Stars, Dark Archer, Metron, Kite Man, Mirror Master, and Deathstroke. Like I said before, on the hunt trying to find that Beast Boy figure without paying $1 billion on eBay. Now let's check him out. Next is one of the recently released McFarlane DC Multiverse figures. Here he is, next to the McFarlane Toy Store exclusive Mr. Bones and Obsidian. And here he is, next to the Target exclusive Gold Label Mr. Miracle and Sandman. Then, with some recent McFarlane paint variants, we have the Patina Wonder Woman, the San Diego Comic-Con exclusive Gold Hush Batman, the Black and White accent Dark Knight Returns Superman, and the Frostbite Chris O'Donnell Robin. And now, with the most recent Batman wave, Troika Batman, Kenner Homage Azrael, and Luke Fox Batwing. And here he is, next to the fourth digital wave, both the regular and Platinum versions of the No Man's Land Batman, Monarch, Disco Nightwing, and Spoiler. Then, with both the green and yellow Rainbow Batman figures. And now, with the most recent wave of Page Punchers, the Golden Age Wonder Woman and Steve Trevor, and the regular and Platinum versions of Superboy. And finally, with the Ross exclusive 3 Jokers Batman, Hush Superman, and James Gunn movie Superman figures. Now let's check him out, next to some action figures from different various companies, so we can see how he fits in both scale and style-wise, in case you want to know which lines you can mix him with. Since he's a McFarlane toy, they are typically the 7-inch scale. I'm going to start off my comparisons with some of the larger action figure lines I collect, and then work my way smaller. But first, let's check him out with some of his McFarlane Toys brothers. In front of you are 5 different action figure lines, all McFarlane toys, all 7-inch scale. And now, with some Jack-specific wrestling figures and Diamond Select toys, here's the Mirror Master next to a Banquet chicken pot pie. And here he is, with some DC Direct and NECA figures. Then, with both some Mattel and Jazzwares wrestling figures. And now, with some Mezco and Mattel DC figures. Next, with some Mafex and Hasbro Marvel Legends. And finally, with some SH Figure Arts and Jazzwares Fortnite figures. So overall, I think it's a pretty cool Mirror Master figure. I definitely prefer the regular version to the Platinum Chase variant. The regular one just looks more serious with the darker orange. This one, a little more lighter, a little more campy. He's going to go great with the Silver Age Rogues Gallery, but I prefer most of my Rogues Gallery to be the modern looks. I love this base body, with the exception of the texturing on the side, which is a huge sort of part of the body. But I really like the way it looks from the front side. The proportions are good. The torso, the stomach, it is a little more seamless than some of the other molds. I like the expression on his face. Like I said, it just looks like, how the hell did you get out of this trap? I do prefer the regular version, but I like this one as well. I think the accessories are pretty cool. Tons of hands, and then those mirror guns. If I were to rate this guy, probably give him like a 6.5 out of 10. If I were to rate the regular one, probably give him a 7, maybe a 7.5. I like him a lot. This one I like, but not quite as much. Still, I'm happy to add him to the collection. Love all the different variants, and another character for the Silver Age Flash collection. So this is D Hunter. Thank you for watching this video. If you liked the video, press like below. If you have anything you want to say about the video, add to the comment section. If you want to see additional action figure reviews from me, press subscribe. I do appreciate when you do that. Once again, this is D Hunter. Thank you for watching, and I'll talk to you guys real soon.